Sam, before I let you talk about your first impression of Fadi, I want to double tap on something you said, Fadi, if you don't mind. So you mentioned being drafted by the Clippers, but then not getting the clearance from Lebanon. This is a topic we've discussed a lot with various guests about the difficulties of playing sports in the Middle East. Can you just dive into that a little bit, what happened and whether or not you still have any regrets about that?
No. I don't have regrets, but it was the team that stopped me to go there. But they didn't want to give me my clearance, and it was obvious why. I don't want to go into details because the person who took this decision is my second father, and I know that the people behind him were playing in his mind not to do this move because they were putting stuff that isn't the reality, and and it happened. But I never regret. I have an amazing family. I had an amazing career, and I served my country, and I'm honored, and I'm super happy for what I've done to my country and to my family. And I say, if I would have went to the NBA, I wouldn't have this amazing family. I would have this amazing career in the region. So thanks God, I'm super satisfied and happy for what I've done.
That's the mentality of a winner. Sam, why don't you walk us through when you first met Fadi, what your impression was and his impact on your career?
First of all, I want to thank you for the generous and the kind words, Fadi. I want the viewers to know Fadi's name was known in most households in the U.S. before social media even existed. Remember, 2002, 2003, 2001, social media wasn't even like today. But yet, here's Sam Douglas playing college ball, and I was always hearing the name Fadi El Khatib. And I remember when I used to come home from Texas to my mom's house and watching TV and watching some of the Suggest games, and I just hear his name and seeing him compete, and I'm like, first of all, first impression was like 6'6", body strong. And then when you finally get to meet him and you meet the passion behind this ball player named Fadi and what a great person he is. I mean, we instantly connected. And for people that don't know Fadi or seen him dominate the Lebanese level and the Asian level, Fadi was dominating NBA names in those workouts. We had some NBA big time players. And I know Fadi doesn't like to talk about himself a lot. And most of the workouts he had and a lot of NBA workouts, he dominated. The feedback that I was getting from my agent, because I was always checking up on him, Fadi will go into the workout and literally kill it. So, when I say Fadi changed Lebanon basketball, Middle East basketball, and how an Arab basketball player should perceive himself, he is by far the player that actually pushed me and pushed so many players to want to do more and reach high rankings, well, let's say.
That's an excellent segue into my next question. So my first experience meeting Fadi was when he was already retired and my team was doing preseason in Lebanon at the Champs Gym that you first founded. And I think at that time, Fadi, you were like 43, already retired, and you're playing against a bunch of like in their prime 28-year-olds, and you scored 40 points on us. But what was clear from that moment was that even in your retirement, you demanded excellence from everyone around you, not just on the court during the game, but off the court as well, in how your players interacted with us. So one of the things Sam and I wanted to unpack was, can you walk us through sometimes what the reaction might be when you hold yourself to such a high standard and you expect everyone else around you to be held to the same standards? Did you ever get any pushback from teammates, from coaches, from federations because you were demanding so much excellence?
When you're on a certain level and you're playing on a certain level, people will not accept any downgrade in your game. If you're averaging 30 and you go down to score 20 points, and everyone will start talking why he's averaging 20 points. If a player now is scoring 17, 18 points, that's a huge deal for a player. And yes, I got a lot of pushbacks from the federation, from my teammates, from my coaches. A lot of sometimes we're not perfect. We're not perfection. You know, there's no perfection in life. You have your ups and you have your downs, but it's all about your mentality, how to, you know, overcome everything you're passing through, and then, you know, challenge yourself to play at the same level you were playing before. And you will not reach anywhere in your career if you don't want to compete every single day in your practices, in your friendly games, in your one-on-ones that you're going to be playing with your friends, with your teammates, or 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. If you're going to be loose and not competing, you will not improve and you will not develop.
Yeah, I mean, people can say what they want to say, but at the end of the day, Fadi, your basketball resume speaks for itself. You've got 7 gyms in Dubai. You've got a couple in Lebanon. You had a successful, laundry business that we're going to get into a little bit. So ultimately, the way you live your life and the way you demand excellence obviously paid off. But just out of curiosity, did you ever have times in your career where maybe teammates didn't rise to your level? And if so, how did you ever handle that?
It's very hard. I mean, especially that if the team is not set up, set it up in the proper way, or the coach didn't properly do the right, picks, and you have to deal with what you have. I mean, and to adapt and to realign and to make things work in the proper way. And at the end of the day, you see some coaches now in the days that I played with, and they go and, they talk and as if they know basketball, and they probably are the people that they need to sit home, doesn't even interfere in basketball, because their career were based on someone else's success, and their success were based on my success. And out of a sudden that they're now talking into technicalities and basketball and the game of basketball. And you see, you failed, most of your career, and you won most of your career because you were with this guy.
Aboudi, before I go to my next question, I kind of feel with Fadi, and it's kind of bullshit, because I did hear some of these interviews that are going on, especially former coaches of Fadi, that they feel it's the right for them to come out and say the experience when they coach Fadi. And I know for a fact that if it's Fadi's in front of them one-on-one, they won't say those things. But I guess they want that extra follows or the extra publicity on the social media where they come out in these interviews. And it's actually bullshit to me.
Yeah, but again, this goes back to what I said. Look at Fadi. He's sitting, taking a podcast with his gym behind him. He's got 7 different branches. Let him talk. Let him talk.
Let them talk, yeah. But Aboudi, when you live with someone for years of your life, and you work hard inside and outside the court to be, supporting these people, and at the end of the day, they're part of your family. And then out of a sudden that they are denying what they used to say and what they used to do. But that's, to me, these are lessons. And I say it, don't ever get mad from this. These are lessons in life. I teach my kids this. Just see and adapt and overcome. And this is, and I always say, success, I don't want to talk about. What I want to talk about is all the obstacles, the challenges, and failures, losses that happened in my life. And they were the only reason why I'm here now. Success wasn't the reason why I'm here now. The failures and the losses and the obstacles, the challenges that I faced in my life made me who I am now, because it made me stronger mentally, physically. Start seeing stuff from a different perspective, seeing people from different perspective. Because now when you give trust 100% to people and they betrayed you, you will be completely down. And then, there is this quote, expect nothing and you'll never be disappointed. So don't expect from people to give you back. Give, and don't expect to get back. Just give your 200%.
Speaking of giving, Fadi, do you feel like, is Fadi interested in giving the Lebanese Federation tips or being part of the federation to help the basketball game grow? Or do you feel the federation are intimidated by Fadi's experience and what he's done?
I don't want to highlight on this a lot, but having I say consultant or an experienced person who've done a lot to his country, and not at least phone call him from time to time and ask him about what he thinks the vision and should be done in basketball in Lebanon. That say it all, and it's an answer to what you are saying. And I don't, honestly, Sam, I don't want to interfere I'm close friends with, Sharbil and, most of the guys over there. But, at the end of the day, there is behind the scene people that doesn't want Fadi to be involved, and behind the scene people that are jealous from Fadi on what he's doing, Fadi, and what Fadi is succeeding in his business and his career previously, and now as an entrepreneur. All this, and this is our problem, our culture as an Arab or Lebanese. Mostly, I'm not saying the highest percentages, they don't like the success to other people. Instead of loving it and, supporting it, we go and sit and start talking and, not supporting the people around us. If I see a successful person from my own people or from the close people to me, or I will go and support him in every way possible. But when you see, you're getting hate and jealousy and doubts and you're like, khalas, man, I will move forward. I had enough in my career and I faced a lot in my career from all this. I don't need these people around me, so I don't want to be involved.